Online from the folks at Iron Planet. All-Equip is the source for hundreds of inspected items that are priced to sell and ready for work, guaranteed. If you're in the market for a great deal on scissor and boom lifts, skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, generators, forklifts, telehandlers, and more, you can find it all at All-Equip. At All-Equip, you'll know exactly what you're buying thanks to the guaranteed inspection reports on all items. Then simply click it and buy it online with a no-haggle pricing. Whether you want to build it, lift it, fix it, or move it, get the equipment to finish the job at All-Equip. That's ALLEQUIP.com. Go to All-Equip and buy it now.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Mitch, and I want to tell you about my sponsor, Yes Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids. Yes is an ideal way to replenish your body's precious parent essential oils. We can't make them, so your body requires to have them every day. If these oils aren't in your diet, you're not going to have them, you're not going to be healthy. Yes Ultimate EFAs contain organic high linoleic safflower oil and organic sunflower oil, evening primrose oil. All these are excellent sources of the oils and fats that your body requires every day. Even vegetarians need not worry. Our unique formulation takes into consideration good, unadulterated parent types of EFAs. That's what you need. We eat too much of the junk things. We need to get Yes. Check out yes-supplements.com or go to my website at drmitcho.com for more information. Yes-supplements.com or go to my website at drmitcho.com for more information.
The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. Other groundbreaking ideas from that time, the whalebone corset, the pedal-operated submarine, and the two-story outhouse. We've come a long way since then. It's time our light bulbs did the same. Visit EnergySavers.gov and learn about energy-saving light bulbs. See, these new bulbs are more efficient than the old ones, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. They last longer, too, like how we humans last longer now that doctors use antibiotics instead of leeches. And they cut down on our energy costs, because in our own groundbreaking age of aeroplanes and moving pictures, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470, with more of what you need to know. Get all the latest in health coaching with Connie's Fitness Hour, Fridays at 1 p.m. on AM 1470, WNN.
Talk health, talk wealth, talk politics. Talk 1470, WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Hansen Home Interactive Repair Show, where leading home expert Sean Hansen will offer his 40 years of experience to repair any problem in your home and ask you to learn how to do it yourself. Most repairs in the home are easy to fix if you know what you're doing, and this show will teach you and show you how repairs are affordable and easy to do. The show can be seen on WWNNradio.com and will ask you, the consumer, to call in at 888-565-1470 with any questions you have to make repairs in your home. Sean Hansen is the owner of Florida Air Force AC Repair and can bring home repair prices down to levels you have never heard or seen before. Let's get to today's lesson. And don't forget to call in with your home repair questions at 888-565-1470.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm looking forward to getting some really great calls today. WNNradio.com if you want to see my gorgeous self live, and my assistant here next to me is with me today. I have a special friend with me. 888-565-1470 for your calls, and hopefully you'll be able to get some insight to your questions. My office number is 561-234-9599. That's 561-234-9599. I am back today, and we're going to go over a few things. As you know, I always like to start out with some of my notes and going over a few items. Real estate people is up. People are really interested in their homes today. I've been finding a lot of clients calling and wanting to refurbish, repair, and get their equipment to where they can actually list their homes again. We've been very popular with that with respect to consulting as well. We've been getting many calls. I have been getting a lot of calls regarding consulting. I find that I actually enjoy consulting and helping you and coming to your home and showing you and educating you. And as my ads say, I'll face any of my competitors. Bring it on. I mean, I'm here to help my clients, my customers, but I cannot do that if you don't call me. One of the things that is very difficult, and I'm here with my lovely guest here, and we've been discussing a lot this week on how customers, it's amazing how they just withstand the abuse. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
They think that being overcharged is okay. And if you come in with if you come in to actually teach them something, they're wondering, it kind of raises a red flag. It's like, what is this company doing?
It's pretty wild. And again, I've been in this business for over 40 years now, 3 generations of my family. This is my wife, Irene, who has also been the owner of one of our engineering firms in Manhattan. So she's very well versed in the mechanical aspect of the business with respect to customers. She's also helped me in the process. We're writing our second book right now. That'll be out. So if you hear her, don't get started. But if you want to see her, she's gorgeous. You got to go. WNNradio.com. And give us a look, and most importantly, let me help you. I mean, I'm amazed at the people, like the questions I get when I'm off the air and when I'm out there, and I just see my neighbors having my competitors come to their houses, and I don't say anything to anybody because you know what? Listen, everybody's a big person. They can deal and do what they have to do for themselves, but you have to understand I am here to help you. It's not going to cost you for a phone call. Before they come out and service you, if you're having issues at your home, seniors as well, call me. I'm here. 888-565-1470. Before they come out and charge you for a service charge, call me. You've got nothing to lose. I'm going to tell you what you should be paying. I'm going to tell you what the price of the parts are. My job is to help you. I'm not an hourly company. I'll give you an example. Back in the day, if you remember, it was $40 an hour. And they would charge you for the material. Well, today, labor rates are probably up to anywhere from $90 to $100 an hour, and parts have tripled in price. So what happens is that most of the technicians today on the road, or a good majority of them, people, you need to hear this, they're getting commission. They're getting bonuses on the work they're doing for you. What normally takes an hour to do, one of their 25-point inspections, they're going to find something, and then they're going to upsell you. That's the key here. That's how they're going to generate funds for their company and their paycheck. Problem is that what takes an hour to do, now takes 3 hours to do. So you have to be advised, you need to call me. You need to find out what's going on. This industry is changing. This is like my wife. We go, I tell her, here's a coupon for $20 to get the oil changed in the vehicle. She goes back with a $2,000 oil change every day, every time.
Because they find all kinds of things wrong.
It's amazing. They have her thinking, I remember
and sometimes I don't know, and that's one of the things that a lot of companies will do. They figure, especially if they see the wife's at home, oh, well, she doesn't know anything about air conditioning, she doesn't know this or that, and they'll try to take advantage of you.
Oh,
and that's
time.
one of the reasons our company, we try to actually educate our customers, because we want you to know. You don't need to pay $75 to have someone come out and change your filter for you.
It's actually $89 now, and it's going up.
Or $89 to have a filter changed. You can do that on your own.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the way it is today and what I've seen, and understand, people, I'm not 25 years old, okay? I have worked for 5 major companies here in South Florida before I opened up this company. I've been in this industry, like I said, for over 40 years, okay? I've worked for the bigger, larger companies here. I know how they operate. I know who they employ. And I got to tell you, I'm only as good as the people I employ. But you would be amazed. Everyone in this industry, for the most part, they're recycled. They leave one company. You know how they always go, and we see our other guys that we've let go because of whatever the reason. We're at the supply house, and they're working for somebody else as their lead people, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm amazed at what I see. But unfortunately, people, I don't know if they like to be abused or what. They just love the punishment. But, I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, I'm just in awe today of what I saw one of my neighbors calling in a company that I'm very familiar with. And, I mean, I know what's wrong because I've been over at the house before it was sold. I know what's going on. And guess what? They're getting a new unit. They're charging these people $4,000 for a new unit
And they probably don't need it.
That's not what they needed. When I was there, which was 3.5 weeks ago, it was not what they needed. I went over there as a friend for the realtor, and I saw what was going on, and it's just amazing. Now, maybe they instructed the person to, upgrade the system, which is normal.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Now, with people selling houses and everything, if they upgrade and the R22 being phased out, if they upgrade their system to 410A, is that going to increase the value of their house? Are they going to get a better price for their house because they have a brand new system?
Yes.
As opposed to having the old R22 systems.
Yes, but I got a little kicker for everybody. If you're sitting down, from what I understand, R410A is going to be banned in 2015. Hello? So what do you do? Who do you trust?
What do you do?
Right. Well, guess what? You call me. Because I'm not going to do a repair, and we're not going to do a repair that's going to be counterproductive. I don't want my truck in your driveway every day, 5 days a week. Once a month, once a year, whatever it is, whatever your contract or our service stipulates, that's it. I enjoy seeing you, but I have many more people to see. I mean, you know how these customers, there's the ones that you go to their house, and when we do an inspection, we get in the unit, we take it apart, we break it down, basically. And the customers will say, you're really thorough, but I get a call a week later and they say, ever since you touched it, it never did that. So you have to really know what you're doing and educate these people, because if you don't touch it and something happens and they call in, they'll say, you were just here, how come you didn't see this happening? So you know how many times we get those calls,
right.
Especially in the winter months up north. I mean, just... You talk about a transition from heating to cooling. I mean, it's a very, very big transition, vice versa, from cooling to heating. So a lot of people here in Florida they don't recognize that. They're not being advised. So they just turn the unit on. I mean, again, you have to just give us a call. Don't be shy. Take the chance. And let's see if we can help you.
If you have any questions, our number here is 888-565-1470, or you could always give our office a call. That number is 561-234-9599.
God, she's so helpful. I've been getting a lot of calls with respect to communicating thermostats. Very big subject today. Wireless Wi-Fi thermostats. And what do I think? Well, it's kind of like with anything in life. The more buzzes and whistles and those things, the more issues you have that may come up. There's really...
I was going to say, a lot of people like to use their cell phone to do everything, and that's one of the reasons that they would get those communicating.
There's different types. Actually, believe it or not, and you know this for a fact, up north we have a client who actually is one of the inventors. I've had the privilege of meeting quite a few people in the industry. Hold on, we're going to take a quick phone call, and let's say hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Peter M. I'm calling you from Royal Palm Beach. I wanted your listeners to know the kind of work that you do, the excellent kind of work.
Thank you.
You came highly recommended from a very good friend of mine. You came, you took a look at what I needed. You did a fantastic diagnosis and determined I needed a replacement. And we went forward and we got that done. It was done quickly, professionally, and it works perfect. And for the best part of a year, the family is enjoying the new unit that you placed. I am very, very happy with your quality of work and the professionalism.
I thank you very much for the call, and I hope we can see you for a friendly visit and, maybe a startup or some maintenance on the system when needed. Be great.
Thank you so much. Again, everyone should know that you are a professional, and You've been in this business a long, long time. You know it very well.
I thank you for the call.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And we have another call. Hello.
Hi, Sean. My
Hello.
name is Henry.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a question about humidity.
Okay.
It's one of the things that has always puzzled me. I'm wondering, we're snowbirds. We live here 6 months of the year, and up north in New York the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And when we leave, a lot of our neighbors, we live in a condo.
Okay.
A lot of our neighbors swear that they rely on their humidistat. Is that what it's called, a humidistat?
Yes.
I don't have one in my apartment, but they all swear it's necessary. Can you enlighten me on what that is, and if it is something I need?
Absolutely. A humidistat is the original system that was utilized, the terminology for the device that was used to actually introduce relative humidity in your home during the winter months from up north. Down here in Florida, we're not dry, so we're not looking to introduce relative humidity into our environment. We're looking to extract relative humidity, and that is the main function of cooling. Now, what has been done, and a lot of companies charge extra for, is to put what they call a humidistat on your wall, so when you're away, you can set the temperature on your thermostat to a desirable temperature so that it's not going to consistently run, but the humidistat allegedly will kick in and take over and run the air conditioning unit when the relative humidity gets too high in the home. Now, are you with me so far?
Yes, I am. That's where this is where it gets confusing.
Okay. Well, most of the humidistats that I've experienced in my 40 years and 3 generations of my family consist of what we call a sail switch. They're mounted inside your ductwork, and they're going to actually collect a dew point based on how wet they get. They're going to drop and kick a circuit on, and that allows the humidification process to begin. Here in South Florida, what they're doing is it's the reverse, but it's the same thing as having your thermostat, to be quite honest with you. A lot of your thermostats actually have a dehumidification mode, which will run the system at a lower rate so that you can basically cool, but most importantly, if you notice like a glass of ice cold water on a hot table in your kitchen, it perspires. Well, that's the exact same function of the coil, the evaporative coil, on your cooling system. So what happens is that in the dehumidification, or the humidistat will kick the air conditioner on, and it's going to cause it to run, and it's going to basically extract the humidity, which is the main function of cooling, is dehumidification. So it's really not something that's necessary. If you're looking for, real humidity issues, we would recommend that you put in, they call it a humidity transmitter. And that's part of an air exchange system, which in South Florida, the houses, or most houses, are really just loose. And up north, for example, with the R factors and the insulating factors, because of winter and cold, we have stagnant air in the house. And what we would do is we would put humidity transmitters in, and they'll actually detect the relative humidity in the house and kick the actual air exchanger on to actually introduce fresh air into the home. So you're not breathing that, stagnant air in the house, and that's where that sick home syndrome comes from, and so on. So this is a really deep subject when you're getting into the actual aspect of humidity. But here in South Florida, with respect to your neighbors having those humidistats on the walls, they're actually originally installed for actually humidification, not dehumidification. So does that kind of answer that question a little bit for you?
It does, but I would really, I think I'd really like to have you come out, or somebody from your company come out and meet with me and look. I've been told what I have is a dinosaur on the wall. It's so old, the thermostat, and so maybe you could have, I could get your phone number and then have somebody from your company get in touch with me, or I'll call and get an appointment.
I will definitely give you my number, 561 234 9599.
9599.
And I will come out and meet with you anytime, and we'll go over the system, and we'll even, if you have any of your neighbors home, we'll show you
how they're doing it, and how they're put in and installed. And the funny thing is, for a little more education for you, if you look at your Christmas lights, you pull one bulb, the whole chain goes out. Well, this humidistat that they're putting on the wall is the exact same thing. They're actually breaking into your R wire, which is your 24-volt side, your power wire basically to the system. And one of my biggest things is a lot of companies will come out and change your thermostat. They don't recognize the humidistat, and they're blowing your transformer. So really make sure that whoever's coming out, other than myself, which if you don't call me, I can't help you, but when I come out, we're going to show you how it should be wired the proper way. We're going to eliminate it, and we're going to put in a humidifier, a thermostat that can handle all those aspects for you in one shot. And if you have a Dinosaur, we're also going to increase your efficiency.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to have somebody from your company come out and meet with me. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, getting back to some of the topics that I was referring to. Do you have anything to tell me there, Ben?
I don't have anything to tell you right now.
Sure, because you're just sitting there looking like you want to pop off on something.
I want to talk about zones when we come back, because I know we have to take a break in a little bit here.
Yeah, zones
but
are
zones
really...
is a big thing. That's not something we can get into right now.
No, but zones are really great. I mean, I'm really into the zones, and up north we do many of them, and down here they just don't have the knowledge from what I see
and they need them down here because there's some big houses down here that can really use them.
Absolutely, and instead of putting 3 units in somebody's house, we can put 3 zones in with 1 unit and do the job.
Money too,
save
right?
you a fortune.
And that's we're all about that, saving money.
One thing I want to explain to people, and this is going to seem really silly, but this is the fact. We're going to take a quick break.
We'll do that explanation when we come back.
And then I'm going to explain to you, because I got to have a drink, because I'm getting a little parched here. So we're going to have a little break, and I'm going to come back and look forward to hearing from you. So please hang in there, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Florida Air Force LLC is a uniquely different air conditioning company. We maintain a professional approach to keep our clients satisfied. When you want to deal with the best, choose Florida Air Force LLC. You will hear words like accountability, not probability or possibility. We offer the best of 3 generations in this industry. There is only one way to find out. Call Florida Air Force at 561-234-9599, and we will conduct a complete maintenance on your air conditioning system. Not a tune-up, but a complete maintenance on your AC. We have been featured on CBS News and continue to pride ourselves as honest and reliable. Call today, 561-234-9599, and get your AC equipment working efficiently and avoid costly future repairs. Call today, 561-234-9599, and let's work together to beat the heat and keep you cool. 561-234-9599 is the coolest number in town. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. You are listening to home repair expert Sean Hansen on the Hansen Home Interactive Repair Show. If you haven't called in with your home repair question, call in now at 888-565-1470, where the information shared is free. Now, let's get back to Sean and see what else we can learn in the huge area of home repair.
Thank you. Hello. We are back. We have had a very good run this so far. What are you laughing about?
We're talking about, we have to talk about zones.
Oh, okay. I have been installing zones since I was a little guy with my dad. And I mean, we're talking paddle zones with stepper motors outside.
What are zones, first of all? Because
Okay.
I know what they are, but I think a lot of people don't know what they are.
Here's the thing. A lot of times up north, and anyone here that's been up north, you're going to recognize this, that lives in a building or a home that they're renting a floor. In the wintertime, if you remember, our most popular call is, hey, the guy upstairs dying of heat and the person downstairs is freezing to death.
Right.
So I'd go and I'd look and see where the thermostat was, and where was it always?
Upstairs.
No, downstairs.
Oh,
you
because
silly.
heat rises. That's right, Sam. I'm a little
Yeah.
rusty. It's been a while.
All right, just whatever you're drinking over there, stop. So what happens is that the guy downstairs is opening, his thermostat to 70, 72, and heat rises. So the guy upstairs is dying, and he's opening his windows. So one of the fixes for that, with respect to radiant heat, or we're talking about a boiler, hot water, baseboard, or any form of type of water system, you would put zones in. And what we could do is give the guy upstairs his own thermostat, the guy downstairs and the middle floor all have their own separate zones.
And that everybody's happy. They all have their own thermostats on
Correct.
each floor, so everybody's
Correct.
happy with
Correct.
their own temperature.
However, here in Florida, what they love to do is, instead of putting in zones, and let's assume you have a house that's got different modules to it. One's a wine cellar, the other one is going to be your family room and your master suite. What they like to do is put a separate unit in for the Florida room, a separate unit in for the master suite, and a separate unit in for the living area.
And that's why you see these houses with 5 condensers outside
Absolutely.
their house.
It's ridiculous.
And they don't really
the energy
need that.
consumption that they're taking up is just, it's ridiculous.
Is it cheaper to have zones?
Absolutely. If the house is specifically sized and the load calculations are done properly, we can run plenums and ductworks and put thermostats in every single room. And one of our bigger, and one of the units that is really popular today out there is called the Infinity, the most expensive unit on the market, but you're talking sensors in every duct, every room. And one of the things that they really don't understand here in South Florida that I have found is return. I can put 7,000 supplies in one room, and if there's no return, you're not getting cold air. It's physically impossible
That's
to press cold air into a hot room. And you remember the customer we did that for, because I have these customers that all want 10 tons, and I put one return in the middle of the house, and I actually switched out the supply, made it the return, and the return the supply.
Right.
Was he freezing to death?
Yep.
Absolutely frozen. And again, when you do zones, you must put returns in every room that you're conditioning. Every room that gets a thermostat will get a supplies and return. It's acting as its own system.
Right, and then that way, if you're not using part of your house, let's say, you can go ahead and just you can even turn it off, right?
That's correct. And that is the true reason why they're putting variable speed units out there and dual compressor units, because to put a dual compressor or variable speed unit in one main house is ridiculous. It's like putting, these little cars that run around with apples, it sounds like, in their mufflers. It's just like when we used to put spokes with the baseball cards for the effect.
Right.
For the noise. So they're getting all the bang and the noise, and they're getting the sticker shock with it, but they're not getting the effect that they're looking for. Zones will give you the ability to actually control each environment independent of the other rooms. So it's very good. I mean, remember the snowbirds, when they come home, they shut off vents in certain rooms, and they come home and they say, oh my God,
And
my bill's
their bill's just as high.
3 times, if not higher,
Because it's still running.
because the system knows that those rooms are hot, and it's going to try and cool them.
Exactly.
It's not. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So zones are very big. However, the technology here, and I've experienced and checked it out, is not what I'd like to see it as. There's 2 major manufacturers of zones that I'm very, very pleased with, that I've been using for many years. But if you call me, 561-234-9599, and you're looking to expand your house or do an addition, and you're not looking to invest the money of filing permits to have all of this stuff done, zones can be added. Hopefully, the load calculation will be justified by what you currently have. Otherwise, we would upgrade the current system, but we could expand off of that instead of putting another 220 breaker on the side of the house and another condenser, more lines set free on lines running through the house, an additional, it's just outrageous.
It's a simpler solution, and it's a little bit more economical, I think.
Absolutely. One of the things I want people to understand is efficiency.
And that goes in with economics and everything as
Correct.
well.
One of the things that I have learned, and I'm not really here to try and be popular, but one of the things that I've learned is that if you're looking for efficiency, you are going to sacrifice cooling. And that's 40 years of experience telling you this. It's like myself. I am a big guy. If you're looking at me right now, I'm a big guy. So if I want to be skinny, then I can't eat all the stuff I want to eat.
No.
Right?
You're going to have to sacrifice something.
So if you want efficiency, you're going to have to go with, the regulations, which mean much more money. You're going to have to insulate the house, the R factor. I mean, there's quite a few things. So going out and putting an 18 or 21 SEER unit in your home here without doing any other repairs or any other to the ductwork or the window, it's senseless, in my opinion. And you can tell by looking at the comparison of your energy consumption from the last year that you had it versus this year.
It's not going to really change.
It really doesn't.
Unless you make those other changes.
Of course, you'll have some out there who swear by it, and of course, they're in green homes, and that's great. But for me, my experience, and I've been doing this, like I said, many years, if you're looking for efficiency, you're going to have to basically give up some cooling. Nobody wants to invest the money in the cost of the true efficient systems.
What are some of those things that you'd have to do to your house to make it more efficient?
What we do is we would recommend low-E glass. The doors that are leaking have to be sealed. And there's different things that we can do. We can do an energy analysis of the home. They're done a lot. But here up north, here in Florida and up north, they're really big. But down here, again, these houses leak like sieves. I mean, I don't know you, but I got ants all over my house, and I have the best exterminators. But anyway, we are running out of time.
We'll have to pick up on this next week.
I hope I have at least touched some people today, got you interested. 561-234-9599. Give me a call.
We'll be back next week.
If they don't call, I'm not coming back. Yeah, we'll be back next week. So thank you all. It's been a pleasure.
Have a great week.
Yeah. Dinner time. I'm a little hungry.
This has been the Hansen Home Interactive Repair Show with Sean Hansen. Tune in next week when Sean brings more easy repairs for your home to the surface. Sean has over 40 years of repair experience and wants to share his knowledge with you. You can call his office to get personal attention at 561-234-9599 or call the show next week at 888-565-1470 and he will answer all questions on repairs for your home. Join us again next week for another exciting edition of the Hansen Home Interactive Repair Show. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.